Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we can create with these wonderful berries and flowers. Step 1, put on some motivating music. Right now I've got Def Leppard on. Step 2, take some of your flowers and mix them in with your berries. I'm using the raspberries that I gathered this morning, and you can use Saskatoons, but you would have to mash them up a bit. You can use mulberries. You can use mashed up strawberries. You can use whatever wild berries you've got. When you do add in the flowers to your raspberries, make sure you leave some because you want to have some for a garnish later. And the same goes with leaving out some raspberries. Now, had I thought of it sooner, I would have had more red raspberries to use as a garnish, but unfortunately, I didn't quite think that way, so most of them ended up quite soft. So thankfully, I also gathered some red raspberries, and so between them and the flowers, I'm going to have some nice garnish. And there we go. Let's move on to the next stage of making these wonderful tarts. So here is everything I plan on using. Because the raspberries are fresh, they have already produced a lot of liquid, so we need to thicken that up a bit. And my choice of thickener is Knox gelatin for a multitude of reasons. For vegans, this may not be a great alternative, so for you, perhaps swap it out with 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And but 1 envelope of Knox will thicken this nicely. I have just over 1 cup of berries and some fresh squeezed lemon juice, of course, my choice of sweetener, local honey. And I am going to cheat today. I am not going to use my own baked pastry shells. I'm going to use the store-bought. So there we go. I will get this all put together and be right back. Now these guys are ready to go in the oven, and I'm really excited to see how these are going to turn out. What you'll notice are some holes in the pie shells, tart shells. I did that with a fork. Once the pastry has been thawed, I always poke it with a fork so that way it doesn't bubble and create a mess. There we go. Into the oven we go. Mission successful. These have baked to perfection. And now they have to sit here and cool for quite a while. In the meantime, I'm going to start working on the garnish. And I'm really excited to see how the final product is going to look. I certainly have an image that I think is going to be very pretty. So hopefully I can accomplish that. And this is a recipe I just created today. It is not in my cookbook, which has been released today. The Foraging Cookbook, July 21st, 2020. It is now officially out there, available on Amazon, at Indigo, Barnes & Noble, etc. But although this recipe isn't in there, there are many other exciting recipes. And if you're interested, there will be a link below. And also, there will be a link below to the recipe that I'm creating right now. Off I go to get the garnish ready. And here we go. The final product. A little bit of whipping cream, a raspberry to top it up, some nice flowers, and of course some chocolate. I can't wait to serve these for dessert tonight. What I'm going to have to do though is keep these in the fridge, otherwise the whipping cream here is not going to hold its shape for too long. So there we go. Floral berry tarts. Easy to make, and I am sure these are going to taste absolutely incredible. Wildflowers have never looked this good before. I want to thank you very much for watching. I truly hope you try this recipe out. Again, the link will be below, as well as the link to my foraging cookbook. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and be sure to click the bell so you get notifications of new videos. And if you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate the support. Thank you. Oh, and there's some Queen Anne's lace cordials starting, by the way. And there we are. Thank you, everyone.